Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for the sign of Gemini for the month of September 2021. I've already cleared the space as well as the decks. This one will be the main deck, this one will be the clarifier. I have also pre-shuffled the cards, but I'll do a bit more shuffling here. Some things about my readings: all of the cards start out in the upright, so if a card does come out in the reverse, I read it in the reverse. I also only take cards that come out face up. Those I find are the clearest messages for me. I will do a 9-card spread, so 3 cards representing the recent past, 3 cards representing the present energies, and 3 cards representing the near future. I do talk a ton to myself, to my cards, and my guides, so if you find that annoying, I apologize in advance. Alright, let's get started. Messages for Gemini, 3 cards, please. Make sure you can see that. 2 more, please. Recent past. Okay, we got way more than 2, but we'll take them. Let's see what it is. Let's see how far we're over. Wow, guys, jeez. All right, 3 cards for the near future. I mean, the current energies. Thank you. 2 more, please. Please. Thank you. 1 more. Okay. And how about energy for the near future, please? Okay. Okay. All right. Take those how it came out. We'll read how it reads and see what we see. Okay, in the recent past, you have the High Priestess card, the Ace of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups, and the 6 of Pentacles, 2 6s. You have the 9 of Cups, the 8 of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. So for some of you in the recent past, the energy that I'm getting with these cards is I think you might have been deciding between or trying to balance out your long-term goals and maybe cooperating with somebody with your sort of individual goals. The reason why I say that, the 6 of Cups and the 6 of Pentacles, first of all, 6s represent victories. They're cards of balance as well. The 6 of Cups being an emotional balance where it's the happiness card essentially, but you could have been either healing family issues or healing your inner child. You might have also had communication or celebrations with family, but through that, through spending time again with family or with old friends in the past, something like that, you could have done a bit of healing. The Six of Pentacles is about generosity in your finances, that is having enough to give, but you also have here the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like there was a feeling of abundance and even stability where you were, but also a desire to start something new, or you did start something new, whether that's a new job, you bought a house, you got a promotion, had a baby, that sort of things. It feels like something in the recent past had you building towards your future, has you building towards your future. The High Priestess here is all about your intuition. It's about, you see that she's getting downloads directly from the universe, and so you could have, that's Pisces energy as well. Like I said, either you were healing issues from the past or at least dealing with them, maybe intuiting your way forward. I say that too because you had the Eight of Swords here, and that's usually tortured thoughts or you holding yourself back with your labored thinking. You see, in the real life, she is not bound, but in the mirror, in the reflection, she is. And so you could have been healing from that, old patterns of thinking, getting over yourself for some of you. Let's clarify. I'll get one card each since we have so many up here. Anything for the, okay. Ace of Pentacles. Okay. Got a fair number of those. Six of Cups. Thank you. Six of Pentacles. Thank you. Nine of Cups. Thank you. Eight of Swords. Thanks. And the Knight of Pentacles. Thank you. Okay, let's see what's clarified. The Judgment card over the High Priestess. The Judgment is about, obviously, awakenings. You see these people coming out of their coffins. I hope you can see that. It can obviously be about you making a decision, and that's sort of what I felt before, you weighing two options about your personal happiness or getting what you want versus also making long-term plans. You could have had like a lightning bolt moment where the path forward was clear, or you knew what you wanted to do. The Judgment card is also about a reckoning, like a reawakening. I feel like sometimes it's a reconnection with yourself, and the High Priestess, you could have been trusting your intuition very, very heavily in whatever decision that you had to make. Over the Ace of Pentacles, we got the biggest pile of cards, but we had the Three of Swords. This is a card about heartbreak. Obviously, it could be third-party situations, but I mean, I don't see, maybe with the Deception card here, some of you could have absolutely been in a third-party situation, or at least maybe even trying to get into one, with that being over the Ace of Pentacles. But if that's not the case for some of you, it's just about accepting a hard truth about yourself, which can be tough, you know, like you think something's one way, and then you realize it's not. With the Eight of Swords there too, it could be that you had an epiphany about how you were holding yourself back, and that's always really hard to internalize, like that you've been your own worst enemy, or that you have held yourself back in some way. So that could have been something. The Queen of Wands is a card of confidence. She's a go-getter, very, very fiery energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. with this card. Yeah, very much about confidence. She can be assertive and aggressive as well. You have the 10 of Wands. This is about burden, responsibility. It can be a card of oppression. You see that he's sort of persevering. He's almost there to the town, and it can feel like I just want to give up here, but he's just so close. So close. He can't really see where he's going to, another aspect of that. And the Six of Cups coming out here yet again. This is, like I said, a card of healing. This is also a puppy love card. Puppy love in the sense that like your first love or puppy love is so new, and there's kind of an unjaded aspect of childhood, right? And you're most happy when you're a child because you haven't had all the awful experiences that life has to offer. And so I think all of these cards coming out together over the Ace of Pentacles, yeah, it feels very much to me like you had to put on a brave face in the face of some sort of obstacle or challenge, because the Queen of Wands is quite brave too. So maybe some of you guys had, I feel like, put up or shut up. You had to put up or shut up with the situation, and maybe that was the decision that you intuited about. You might have had, you might have been weighing two different things, and one of the options was like put up or shut up. Or the options were put up or shut up. That's what I mean to say. Especially with that Three of Swords coming out, like I said. The Magician clarifies the Six of Cups. The Magician is about manifestation, and like I said, put up or shut up. It feels like there was something that you wanted with that Ace of Pentacles, whether it was a job, a career, a relationship for that matter, and you might have had to sort of say, okay, in order to create my happiness, in order to manifest, I will have to deal. Just deal. The Seven of Swords over the Six of Pentacles. The Seven of Swords is a card of deception. You see he's stealing away with five of the seven swords. It can also indicate that you are moving smartly. Like, in order to get what it is that you want, you're moving very, very stealthily. Maybe that's financial support or something like that, but you could have been paying more attention to how you talk, how you relate, you know, I don't want to say putting on a show, but you could have been, like I said, moving stealthily. Or someone in the situation could have been secretly supporting. I don't know why I want to say this is a small percentage, but someone, either you or someone in the situation in the past, could have been financially supporting someone sneakily, or even breadcrumbing in a relationship with that Three of Swords coming up here. Someone could have been sending messages or communicating with somebody else secretly. Take that how it resonates. The Ace of Swords over the Nine of Cups here. The Nine of Cups is all about self-gratification. It's sort of doing what makes you happy. And over the Ace of Swords is about mental clarity. It's about having a new idea. It can too be about communication. So I'm getting back to the feeling of, in order to get what you wanted, you might have had to make either a decision or even a compromise, really, that required a new perspective or framing the situation in a new way. Over the Eight of Swords, you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune can be about being at a crossroads. It is about fate, destiny, karma as well. And the Knight of Swords is, he's sort of the fastest knight about taking initiative, about things moving quickly. There's a swiftness here. Always with the Knight of Swords, the one warning I get with that, it's like you're charging forward in a direction, but make sure that it's the right direction, or make sure that you're clear on what direction it is you want to go in. So yeah, you could have been at a crossroads, unclear at a crossroads, and I just heard for some of you it's harsh communication. Somebody could have communicated very harshly to you that caused this shift, that caused this new idea or whatever. For other of you, like I said, you could have been feeling trapped or stuck at a crossroads kind of situation, but obviously you moved ahead, you charged forward in one decision or another, for better or worse even. Over the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Empress card. This is Taurus and Libra energy. She is the divine feminine, about fertility, about creativity. She's abundant. She's always depicted as pregnant, so that's a thing. And we also have the Hermit card, Virgo energy. So I think before where I said with that Judgment card, actually a lot of major arcana energy in your recent past, but I think when I said with that Judgment card, there was a sense of you reconnecting with yourself, and I'm getting that with the Hermit. In assessing your long-term goals, you could have been not only just taking inventory, but also having a realization of your self-worth, or even understanding your desires for family is what I want to say as well. Yeah, that's kind of what I feel. In the current energy, you have the Tower card. This is about upheaval, an unexpected change. Tower moments often sort of get rid of all the illusions for us and break something down to the foundational level. The Nine of Pentacles is the Gain card, sometimes the wish fulfillment card. You have another 9 as well. And 9s feel very solitary to me a lot of the time, especially with the Hermit also being a 9. The 9s feel very solitary, and so you could be thinking about, or you could be reaping your own rewards, getting something, whether that's money or something that you had previously invested in. Your past investments could be paying off in this current energy as well, unexpectedly, which would be lovely, right? The Tower card doesn't have to be negative, especially next to the Sun card here. Leo energy, this is about a kiss from the universe, an influx of positive energy, joy, harmony, happiness, all of the things. And then you also have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is a card of suspension. Obviously the person is suspended, but it's about taking a pause, putting things on pause to do some observing. It feels very, very similar to that Hermit energy that we had there in the past. An aspect of the Hermit card is that there's some sacrifice involved, whether, usually the sacrifice is time, right? A delay, but it doesn't have to be that. It really doesn't have to be that. Take that how it resonates. There's a sense of sacrifice here, and sometimes externally imposed. That is, there's a Tower moment or something unexpected happens and you go into a state of suspension. This card is also called the Observer. And so you could be taking a break just to kind of look at the macro picture, step back and see what's what. But in the middle there are two great cards, frankly. How about the Tower? Okay, we have the Moon. Can I have one? All right. The Nine of Pentacles, please. Thank you. Okay. We have the Sun card. Clarify the Sun card, please. And the Hangman. One more, please. Okay. So, over the Tower card, you have the Knight of Wands and the Moon card. Initially, this feels like, obviously the Moon is about something hidden, another Pisces energy. It can be things, I don't see things being revealed. Yeah. For some of you, the thing hidden or this upheaval that you're going through has to do with someone being flighty. That I'm getting drawn back to that breadcrumbing situation, whether that's you or someone else who's sort of keeping a door open. Or maybe something is the Tower moment is happening because you know what it feels like? Like it feels like two people on either side of the door, and the one person cracks it open, is like, hey, do you need something? And the other person is like, what's going on in there, trying to push the door open. I don't know, take that how it resonates, but that's how that energy feels to me. Over the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords about mentally moving from sort of choppy waters to calmer waters. That's about internalizing knowledge and moving forward smarter and wiser now. Yeah, it very much feels like that Ace of Swords, like you had a new idea, or you had a shift in perspective, and that was the small change you needed to, I guess, get everything you want. The Ten of Pentacles is about legacy, family, inheritance, wealth as well. And so like a little shift in perspective might have been the one thing you needed to unlock a lot of that abundance. The Sun card was clarified by the Star card, Aquarius energy, about hope, faith. Also balance, very much balance. You see that she's pouring on earth into the water. There's a balance here. You have the Knight of Pentacles coming out again. Also, slow-moving energy, but there's an earnestness here. This is about industry, working hard and diligently toward a goal. And then you have the Page of Pentacles, which is an apprenticeship energy, an indication that there's a lot to learn. Or, again, you have that Ace of Pentacles there, so you have started something new. It's sort of like being a new mother and having to figure out all of the things. I mean, there's a really massive sense of satisfaction in the middle, that your dreams are kind of coming true. And not all of them, like your life is not necessarily perfect, but it feels like a lot of the goals that you had set have come to pass. There is a funky energy. I don't know, you or another person could be keeping a weird door open for somebody else, breadcrumbing, whether that's breadcrumbing or whatever. I do definitely get that sense, but outside of that, I feel like you've shifted your perspective, either put up or shut up, whatever that means to you, and are trying to move forward in that way. The Hanged Man is clarified by the Temperance card, Sagittarius energy. This is all about doing things in moderation, very similar to the Star card here. There's a pouring in between cups here, a sense of balance. A sense of balance as well, especially with those two sixes. But the Eight of Swords is popping out right back here. And so you could be, the delay or the suspension that you're in is because you are trapping yourself with these thoughts. In the same way that she is only bound in the Mirror in this one, she is loosely bound here. And more than that, she has all these swords around her, right? She could rub her, you know how they have in movies where someone gets a knife and they rub their restraints on it and then they're free. So either you have all the tools that you need to free yourself from whatever sort of self-victimization that you're under, but with the Temperance card here, there is a sense of doing it or moving. I wanted to say moving with moderation, but yeah. Maybe the problem here is like you think it should be all or nothing, or that if there's one sort of chink in the armor, then you should just throw the whole thing away. For some of you, I'm picking up on that, but that is not the case, especially with the moderation card here. It's like we achieve our goals little by little. Okay. In the near future, all these cards came out in a chunk in the reverse. We have the Three of Swords in the reverse. We have the Page of Swords in the reverse. We have the Lovers card. This is your energy, Gemini, in the reverse. And we have the Four of Cups in the reverse. So Gemini, you coming out in the reverse here, the Lovers card is all about duality. It can be a romantic relationship. So maybe you falling out, perhaps this Tower moment is a fallout in a relationship, and now you guys are, it feels like, on opposing corners of a boxing ring, is the image that I just got. So that is, for some of you, you could be dealing with that. For others of you, Gemini, with your card being in the reverse, I feel like I'm being drawn back to the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. Some of you might be deciding like, no, it's not worth compromising over. I won't accept that. I won't put up and shut up. Sorry. That's it. Literally, some of you could just be saying that like, that's not what I signed up for. No. Especially with the Three of Swords in the upright, like I said, it is a heartbreak, but it's because you're accepting that truth. But in the reverse, it feels like you refuse to. You won't accept that. You won't allow it. The Page of Swords in the upright is about, I mean, this is the sword that she holds. It's about knowledge. You see she's reading a book here. And similar to the way that the Page of Pentacles has to learn, this person is curious, a little bit restless, has a lot of ideas, but maybe it's hard to kind of wrangle them. But in the reverse, I'm seeing like a lot of scattered energy, a lot of scattered mental energy. I see someone like snapping, like a short temper, and saying something that they don't mean, or something like that, and then falling out of duality, whether it's in a relationship where once you guys saw eye to eye, or there was a symbiosis or whatever. that's not the case anymore. The Four of Cups in the upright is generally about apathy, someone being bored. You can see she has literally boredom on her face. But it's a lot of the time it's because she has had 3 cups already, and there's another one being offered, and it's like, I don't know if I want this. You know, I've had 3 cups already. The 3 of Cups is about abundance. So that 4th cup that comes in is sort of like, meh, I could take it or leave it. This could also be in the upright about seizing or looking for the opportunities that are already in your environment. All she has to do is look the other way to see this cup that's full. In the reverse, again, I feel like there's no looking at the bright side here. You don't want to look at the bright side. Like you don't want to look at the bright side, or you have no interest in it. Like I said, like, no, I don't want to accept that. I don't want to have to deal with that. Let's see. What's the 3 of Swords, please? Clarify the 3 of Swords for me, please. Okay. One more. Thank you. How about the Page? Okay. The Lovers, please, in the reverse. Okay. Alright. And the 4 of Cups. Okay. Alright, so we have some repetition of energy. Over the 3 of Swords in the reverse, you have the Ace of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. This person is very, very stable. They are similar to that Knight of Pentacles. They're slow moving, but long lasting. He's very, very generous with his money, and he has a confidence that comes from stability. Take that energy. It doesn't have to be a he, obviously, but take that energy however it resonates. And then there's the Ace of Pentacles here again, another indication of a job, a house, a baby. Maybe you or somebody else is not accepting some hardship. It's so interesting because over the Ace of Pentacles up there in the recent past, you had the 3 of Swords in the upright again. And like I said, it was a put up or shut up situation, but it feels like somebody is not accepting that, is not having that. The Page of Swords is clarified by the 8 of Cups and the Queen of Swords. The 8 of Cups is a card of maturity. This person is moving away from 8 Cups, which are amazing. Having 8 Cups is amazing, but is in search of that 9th cup, and that's that self-gratification. So a card, too, of emotional maturity and resilience as well. The Queen of Swords, this is also in your energy. This is a Libra card, but Swords energy is Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. And she is clear about what she wants. She's heavy on the individuality as well. She cuts things out that she doesn't need and asks questions, or doesn't later, you know. And so with these 2 cards coming out over the Queen of Swords, yeah, like I said, in addition to harsh words, you could just be like, I don't care. I really don't care about this. It doesn't fill me up. It doesn't engage my life. This isn't what I wanted. Like, I don't care. Heavy on the I don't care with that. Or just like, I'm not interested. I don't know. Again, take that how it is, whether it's in a job, in a relationship, in a family relationship, with your friends, whatever. some of you might just be over it moving forward, even though there's a lot of good stuff here. I don't know. The Lover's card in the reverse, you have the Five of Cups, which is a card of regrets. This person is crying over the spilled milk, but there is also too a card of hope. As you see, there are two cups intact behind him, as well as a bridge that goes to a home. So if only you look around, in the same way, if only she looked the other way, if only she turned around, she'd see a full cup. If only you turn around, you'd see how much there is. And maybe that is the case in a relationship. I said before that some of you could feel like retreating to your opposite corners in a relationship. You fall out of that duality. But perhaps the lesson here is, and another five. Two fives about change. The Five of Wands is about a challenge, spiritual in nature, being wand energy. A challenge that forces you to level up, especially. And so the challenge here might be to take a pause, get in touch with yourself, rest, rejuvenate, refresh, heal, especially after the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is a card of mourning as well. So this is the rest after the mourning. Mourning, M-O-U-R-N. So the message here feels like, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You know, there's definitely still opportunity, or I want to say viability. There's opportunity or viability in the current situation. I feel like all you have to do is turn around, especially with the Four of Cups in the reverse being clarified by the Sun card coming out again, and the Fool card, which is all about taking a leap of faith. So as a Gemini person, you are very logical. Air signs generally are very logical. But Gemini is, as the twins, has both, can be both, right? Like I'm seeing those TikTok memes, like, get you a girl that could do both. That's how Gemini energy is. And it feels like maybe you have swung very far to either side, either too logical or too emotional. And I mean, it doesn't have to be too logical or too emotional. It could be whatever two duality sides you have. Especially with the Moon card, we have sort of the face that we show the world, and then we have that inner world. You might have swung too far to either side, whether it's trying to be everything to everybody externally, and you lost sight of yourself. Whatever the case may be, take that how it is, but it feels like all you have to do is turn around. And there's all this happiness, abundance. You have to have faith in the situation. All right, I will pull 3 final cards for lessons or advice for you. I will be using the New Orleans Oracle deck for this one. So I will pull 3 cards and then read you what they say. Okay, can I have final lessons or advice for Gemini, please? Thank you. 2 more. Okay. Alrighty, folks. So the first card you have is Peace. There are many times throughout our human experience when we make snap decisions from a superficial level without even knowing our true desires. This card can come up in your reading because peace is what you desire right now, even if you don't realize it. Currently, there may be too many issues and thoughts swirling around in your life and your mind, keeping you from being at peace. Now's the time to ask yourself what changes are within your power to make that can create a deeper sense of peace for you. To create a deeper connection with yourself at this time and to gain more clarity, it is recommended that you spend more time doing mind, body, and spirit activities such as yoga or meditation. It is also recommended that you spend some time in nature. No matter how small the gesture may seem to you, every little bit counts, and it is a step closer to your desire. Cool. The next one you have is adventure. It is easy to get caught up in the obligations of completing everyday chores, so much so that the very essence of inspiration and excitement can slowly fade away. Before we know it, life becomes one long day of completing task after task. This card has shown up in your reading because it is time for some adventure. Adventures can be had near and far. It is all about paying attention to what brings the feeling of renewed excitement into your being. Whether it's taking a day trip to a fun and unfamiliar place, or checking out a new activity that piques your interest, it is definitely time to break the cycle of what your days have turned into. It is time to explore and renew yourself with inspirational energy by having an adventure. And then finally, you have learning. The more you know, the more you realize how much there is left to learn. You are currently in a learning and growth cycle that will lead you in the direction you desire. During this time, you will be more aware of the patterns and synchronicities, especially within yourself. Although you might be tempted to tell yourself that you already know, there's a difference between understanding something on an intellectual level and understanding something on an emotional or intuitive one. There are many times that knowing something intellectually gets confused with truly getting it. To understand something in its entirety, it is necessary to have both a willingness to proceed and acceptance at every level. It is okay to feel like you are repeating certain experience or emotions. It is through this process that you gain more clarity and healing. It is important to be patient with yourself and others during this process by stepping back and taking an objective approach when assessing all of the different aspects of your life. Awesome, Gemini. I hope this reading was helpful for you. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you did find it helpful, also feel free to share this video with a friend if you think it might help them. Feel free to leave me a comment down below if you have any questions or if this reading resonated with you. And don't forget to subscribe, as I'll be doing more readings and different spreads as well. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Oh, shitty.